right. Let's get 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 right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Deala T, and this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. Woo! Let's get into this here.
Cardi B returns to a Los Angeles court to face this former security guard who's suing, claiming the singer cut her left cheek with a 3-inch fingernail.
Bijan in the building. Mama K, what we doing, Lori? What it is? Always, family. Appreciate y'all. Get comfortable.
Recorded her and she didn't touch you. What do you have to say? The singer, who's known for her elaborate long nails, is accused. Cardi, are you happy to finally be telling your side of the story? Cardi B returns to a Los Angeles court to face this former security guard who's suing, claiming the singer cut her left cheek.
Poppy's pad in the building, family. You know what it is. Get comfortable.
Head, face, and body. Cardi B claims that you were following her and you recorded her and she didn't touch you. What do you have to say? The singer, who's known for her elaborate long nails, is accused of clawing at the security guard Emani Ellis' face when Cardi was pregnant with her first child in 2018. But Cardi testified
Mama K, you know what it is?
didn't harm
Hold on,
y'all.
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself, even if I wanted to. She's like twice my size.
You said she's bigger than you?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
Today, Cardi B also testified that the security guard started the... Cardi, are you happy to finally be telling your side of the story? Cardi B returns to a Los Angeles court to face this former security guard who's suing, claiming the singer cut her left cheek with a 3-inch fingernail and violently struck her in the head, face, and body. Cardi B claims that you were following her and you recorded her and she didn't touch you. What do you have to say? The singer, who's known for her elaborate long nails, is accused of clawing at the security guard Emani Ellis' face when Cardi was pregnant with her first child in 2018. But Cardi testified today she didn't harm the security guard.
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself, even if I wanted to. She's like twice my size.
You said she's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
Today, Cardi B also testified that the security guard started the trouble by following her, recording her, and screaming obscenities to get out of the building while Cardi B was pregnant, visiting a doctor in Beverly Hills.
Why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant, and this girl's about to beat my... Hello?
But the former security guard testified it was Cardi B who assaulted her.
The whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day.
The singer, who's worn a different wig each day in court this week, was asked about her fingernails, and jurors were shown this photo from around the time of the incident.
How long were your nails when you were speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Emani Ellis?
They were 1 inch.
Who knew Cardi B's trademark nails would be Exhibit A in court? Cardi, are you happy to finally be telling your side of the story?
Woo, that's crazy work right there, fam. Let's keep it going to make sure we understand what's going on right now. You here with your boy Deala T and my fam. And you know this is No Filters. Let's act like we know what's going on. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We about to cook and hurt. So for those that don't know what's going on, or for those that don't care, and know that you just pulled up, Cardi B is on trial. 24 million lawsuit. Because they said that she was pregnant, walked into the OBGY, you know the OBG now. OG now. She walked in OG now office, and her and the security guard got into it. The security guard said, Oh, you want to scratch me or cut me? I'm suing you for $24 million. You got all the money. So this is what's going on. Somehow, some way, the security guard said that Cardi B scratched her, tore up. You hear me? And that's what she's suing Cardi B for $24 million right now. Woo! Hot water. Hit that like, button, subscribe, family. About to cook in her for real. Let's go.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ellis.
I'm on in the building. You say I'm blurry, Lord?
The building that you were working on at as a security guard in February 2018. Do you know the name of the building?
I don't know the name.
Was it Beverly Hills Medical Center?
It could have been, yes.
Yeah, it was a medical facility, right?
Yes.
And the incident...
All right, let me see something real quick. All the war in the building. You know what it is, fam. We in here. Oh, I'm trying to kill. They trying to blurry me out, fam. They trying to move me out the way. Forget that. I just had to cut off everything. Let me know if you see me clear in here right now, Lord. Let me know, Lord. Let me know, Mama K. Let me know, all the war. Do you see me clear? Can you hear me clear? Let me know, Poppy Pan. Do you see me clear? Do you hear me clear, fam? Mama K said can hear you perfectly, but can't see a damn thing. Woo, they doing me wrong, Lord. What they doing? Let's get some order here. Am I still blurry, Lord? Let me know, Lord. Let me know, Mama K. Am I still blurry? Oh, Lord, it's blurry, fam. Oh, but y'all can hear a real one. Oh, yeah, fam. They try to do me wrong to me. Unfortunately, on the situation of this, for all of those that's know about raffle, we're going to have to definitely move the raffle back because at this point, raffle done got so crazy that we want to make sure we get a good head count of everybody. So we got to make sure we move the raffle back to Tuesday after the holiday. For my family here that know what's going on, the $2 raffle still going on, but it got so crazy, fam, that we got to move the $2 raffle back to Tuesday, right after Labor Day, to where we're going to announce our winners because we want to make sure we get it right all the way, making sure we in here for my fam and your boy Deala T and No Filters here. Let me know if I'm blurry or my straight, family, because you see they trying to shut me down. They trying to shut me down.
I didn't know where she was going, that she was at the...
And you understood that she was going to a medical appointment, right?
She was going to an appointment, yes.
And it was a medical building, right?
Yes.
Your deposition was taken and you said that you testified under oath in your deposition. Let me ask, do you remember your deposition was taken in this action?
Yes.
You remember taking an oath at the deposition to tell the truth?
Yes.
And
Oh my God, man.
Perjury that apply in this courtroom, for example. Correct?
Yes.
You testified that you understood when you saw Cardi B that she was going to a medical appointment, right?
Yes.
Now, after this incident,
Fam can hear me, but I'm blurry. That's how they want to do me. Okay, so this was going on, fam, since that's how they want to do. They got the receptionist that was there at the situation. And I wanted to play that for y'all so y'all can know who was there.
Formal complaint to the building.
They got the receptionist that was there that's claiming she seen everything that was going on the day that Cardi B and the security guard got into it. You hear me, fam? Real life. I done changed my whole everything, Mona. They trying to shut me down, but we gonna get it right. You hear me? Pay attention, because this the girl that's saying, and I know y'all can hear me better you can see me, but we still in here, fam. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we still cooking if you hear me, fam.
And please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record. Dear Malcolm. Spell it? Yes. T-I-E.
Oh, I can't believe how they doing me, Lord.
M-A-L-C-O-L-M. Great, thank you. You may take a seat. Please watch your step.
thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Malcolm. My name is Peter Anderson, and we just have a few questions. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Where were you working in February of 2018?
Women's Care, OBGYN doctor's office.
Thank you. And do you recall an encounter between Cardi B and the woman to my left?
Yes.
Okay. What was your position at the doctor's office in February 2018?
A receptionist, front office.
Okay. And did Cardi B have an appointment that day?
Yes.
Was it Saturday?
Yes.
Was there, to your knowledge, were there any other offices that were open that day?
No.
And do you remember the time of the appointment?
It was the end of, we purposely closed, so we had early day, maybe between 12 and 1, I'm assuming.
Okay. And what do you mean by purposefully closed?
For Cardi B, we didn't want anyone there.
To maintain privacy?
Yes.
So, to your knowledge, how did you learn that there was an encounter between the two?
Well, I was waiting for Cardi B's arrival, and I heard commotion out in the hallway. And there was a door to exit right where I was sitting. So I opened the door and I looked, and I heard and saw the commotion, and that's how I learned that something was going on outside.
Hope you got better,
Lord.
Lord.
For the jury, what you heard and saw when you opened the door.
I saw them in the corner, Cardi's back to the wall, and just a lot of arguing and, you know, just confrontation.
Okay. Do you recall anything that plaintiff himself said?
Lee John, they trying to hold me down, but they can't stop me. Bam!
As far as, yeah, cursing and, you know, just be this, be that. I don't know if I can curse, but.
So we've heard just about everything so far.
It's been one of those trials.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I immediately walked over there and got in between them and was like, whoa, what's, you know, my thing was I'm at work, so the first thing that really came out of my mouth is to Miss Ellis, just as far as, what are you doing? You're at work, go back to your post. And then, I don't know how long it was, but I couldn't get her, I just wanted everything to go away. I just was trying to calm everything down, take her into the office, and let's just, and I was trying to go. It was my sister's baby shower, so I was trying to get out of there. But, I mean, that wasn't on my mind then, but just to calm the situation down and to get her into the office.
How did Ms. Ellis respond?
Listen to me right now. I ain't never did this, but we about to do this together. Walk with me, stay with me. Let me know when it's clear. You hear me, fam? I'm about to move some shit around, cause I see they trying to, see what I'm saying? They trying to leave me out. They trying to bury me, fam. Nigga been spitting too much of that reality. Nigga been spitting too much of that no filters. Just been all in this and that. Now they want to, you know what I'm saying? You feel me, fam? That's how they doing. You see what I'm saying? And then they coming off like that. Yeah, I know what it is. No, y'all gonna walk with me on this one. Cause they wanna hold with it. We gonna get this right now. I need to know it's together. Cause if it ain't, we gonna get it together. And here with my fam. You hear me? I need to know if it's blurred. What I see, what I look like, Mama K? Tell me now what I look like, fam. Tell me that, fam. Do I look retarded? Do I look huh? Mona, I ain't lying, because they trying to bury me. They trying to hold me down. I got bars, fam. That's how I know something ain't right, because I got bars. You feel what I'm saying? Poppy, you said it's blurry? Oh, Mama K, hold up. Boy, I got 15 bars in here. I can't believe it's blurry. Really? Oh, they got to catch up. Everybody got to catch up right now. Everything. Mona, is it good now? Am I good now? Let me know, Poppy. Let me know, Mama K. I need to know, Lord. Need where you at? I need to know. Oh, God. Oh, God. I was good, then I'm gone. See what I'm saying? How they doing, man?
I don't know what you heard when I asked, because it was just more of just being upset. And no, I'm not going to do that. And just, you know, they're still exchanging words even with me.
Shout out to Lorraine in the building. They hating on my stuff.
Was yelling at Cardi B?
I mean, it was pretty loud for me to hear. It was still the same volume from when I couldn't hear them while I was in the office down the hall. So I would say so.
I'm gonna let you have that, Ray Fur.
Cardi B.
There was definitely curse words, yes, on her end.
When you were there, did Miss Ellis attempt to strike Cardi B?
There was hands going while I was in the middle. I know no one landed, or I was, you know, I didn't even realize, I guess because my adrenaline, that I had a mark on my forehead. So besides me getting a scratch, nobody, as far as them two, hit each other.
Who scratched you?
Based off of, like I said, I didn't know that I even got scratched until I went into the office, and the nurse was like, "Tiara, your forehead." But I can only assume Cardi B was behind me, because that was my main concern.
Objection calls for speculation.
So Cardi B was behind you, and you were facing the,
I was facing Miss Ellis.
and you got hit on your forehead and didn't even realize it at that
scratch.
point.
Yeah, blood.
Just let him finish talking.
Oh, sorry.
And so you got hit, you were facing Miss Ellis, and she was swinging away?
I can say there was definitely, you know, people talking, like this type of action going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were hit on your forehead,
Yeah, like-
which was facing Miss Ellis, correct?
Yes.
What happened next?
After, you know, just going back and forth.
Hit that like, button, subscribe. Shout out to L. Thomas, subscribe.
I believe after that, I don't even really remember what was said, but I know I continued to take Cardi into the office, to her exam room, and then I went back to the front.
Okay. Did you witness Dr. Finke try to get Miss Ellis to leave the hallway?
Yes, that's what kind of, since he came out and he was talking to her, that's what kind of distracted her, you know, gave us the opportunity to just go into the office.
Okay. And do you recall anything that he said to her?
I think he was on the same temperature as me, just you're at work, why are you up here? Go back, you know, downstairs, and what are you doing, type of energy.
Okay. And so you turned around and escorted Cardi B into the doctor's office?
Yes, I followed her to go to the exam room.
When you were face to face with Miss Ellis, I think you could see her face?
Yes.
Did you see any scratches on her face?
No.
Did you see any cuts on her face?
No.
Did you see any blood on her face?
No.
Did you see any injury at all on her face?
No.
Did you see any spit or spittle on her face?
No.
Did anyone spit in that encounter?
Objection calls for speculation.
While you were there.
While I was there, no.
Did you hear Miss Ellis yell at Cardi B in excuse my language?
Kathy Rose in the building, I see.
So, you know, yeah, something along those words.
At any point in time in that confrontation,
You better watch your
Cardi B
mouth.
hit Miss Ellis?
No.
At any point in that confrontation, did Cardi B cut Miss Ellis with Cardi's fingernails
Objection calls for speculation.
while you were there?
Over.
No.
Did you hear Cardi B use the N-word called, excuse me, I apologize. Yeah, no, did you hear Cardi B use the N-word? You know what I mean by the N-word?
Yeah. No.
After this encounter and Cardi B had gotten into the doctor's office, at any point after that, did you talk to the building management about what had happened?
Yes, that was Saturday. So Monday, my supervisor and Dr. Finke wanted to make a report since there was an incident and, you know, the importance of patients, you know, aren't their privacy from us. So yeah, they asked me to go downstairs with them or with my supervisor and make a report.
After this incident, did plaintiff call you? Ms. Ellis call you?
Ruth in the building, you know what it is.
Yes, there was a call transferred to my line and it was her on the other end of the call.
How long after the incident? How long
Lee
after
John, we ain't
February
playing with him.
2018?
Maybe, I can't recall exactly, but at least within, I don't know, 3 months. It wasn't right after, but it wasn't too long after.
Can you tell us what the sum and substance of that conversation was?
Just kind of upset about what happened. She got fired. She couldn't believe that happened. And
Dog in the building, my dog in the building.
I
What
guess
we
to
doing?
see if I could assist in any way since I was there. I pretty much replied as respectful.
Nikki Love, where you been, fam? You know it, get comfortable. Ruth, get comfortable, Ruth.
And was there any other thoughts that you had when
Shout out to Sunshine from Ireland in the building. I appreciate you get comfortable.
planning on Cardi B?
I don't remember word for word.
Shout out to you, Mona.
I assumed
That's
that
real.
was probably going to be one of her steps. But in my mind, I just was kind of shocked that she was calling based off of what took place. I figured, you know, she was at fault, so that was surprising that she would call me.
Thank you, those are all the questions I have.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming back. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Tiara Malcolm. When Miss Emani Ellis called
Get
for
comfortable.
someone
Get you
to-
something to eat, something to drink. Get
What is
comfortable.
the reason that you chose not to do so?
Well, one reason, the main reason I didn't feel like she was in the right, I felt like based off of her position, working at the office, everything was handled unprofessionally, and going back and forth. You know, she didn't work at our office, but clearly Cardi B was a patient going, you know, she had a purpose at that building where she worked at. So I didn't feel, I don't know what I would help her with. I don't think if I told my truth, it would help her. So,
Were you aware that Miss Ellis was a security guard at your building?
yes.
Do you understand that the security guard is supposed to go from floor to floor to make sure everything is safe? Are you aware of that?
I don't know the rules.
Sorry, what was your question?
Have you ever seen Miss Ellis on other days aside from the day of the incident? And I will represent to you the day of the incident for purposes of all my questions will be February 24th of 2018.
I believe that was the first day I seen her there.
When you saw her, when you got to work, did you see her anywhere in the building?
No.
What time did you get to work?
On Saturday, maybe around 8.
8 a.m.? And have you ever spoken to Miss Ellis before the day of the incident?
No.
Is there any reason why, when
Read for more, it's in the building.
The 8920 building.
My dog.
Wilshire Boulevard building. For how long have you been working there before the date of the incident?
For about 7 years.
We just did, Poppy.
And during those 7 years, did you see other security guards in the building? And when Ms. Ellis's attorneys asked you to create and sign a declaration, did you do that?
Form was
Not a form. Did you ever sign a declaration?
I got a root. Don't even worry about it. We got
2025, which would be yesterday.
a declaration. Sorry, I'm not.
We're gonna cook up!
Did you give permission to the other side to sign a declaration under penalty of perjury in this case?
Okay.
Have you ever signed any document related to this incident? Did you make any type of formal complaint to the building about this incident?
When my supervisor wanted to make a complaint, since I was there, yeah, that's when I went downstairs with my supervisor.
Hold on, let's get right. You need to know what's going on. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in there. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Shout out to Smith in there with the $2 donation in the super chat. You already know what it is, fam. It's always gonna be there. Always and forever. Let me tell you something. We talking about Cardi B over here. You understand me? 24 million lawsuit. Cardi B. You understand? The girl was pregnant. OBGYN. The security guard at the OBGYN appointment acted up with her. This lady right here is the receptionist that was there. She said they started fighting. She said she seen them fighting. She said she hopped in the middle, tried to break them up. She said, first of all, she asked security, what you doing, dirty? Getting into it with Cardi B, and you supposed to be at your post. Feel me? And she like, whatever. So she like, hold up, Cardi. So she turned her back to Cardi B because Cardi B pregnant. First of all, she's trying to protect the kids. Shout out to her trying to protect Cardi B child. She turned her back to Cardi B. You ever been in the middle of two women fighting? You know what that's like. Follow me. She in the back of Cardi B because Cardi B pregnant. She telling the security like, dirty, what you doing? You tripping. She trying to keep Cardi B back. So as it's happening, this girl back here then got scratched on the forehead. So she in the middle of it, somebody done hit her in the forehead. She bleeding, blah. You feel me? She bleeding, blah, blah, all over the ground. You hear me? Blah, everywhere. So then all of a sudden, her blah, bleeding. She's still there. Okay? At this point, they done got so out of hand that somebody came and got the security guard and dismissed her, right? So she say, Cardi B, hold on, don't trip on that. It's all good. Let's get you into a room. So the OG, not the OBGYN, the OBG, the OGY, the OBEN, GYGY, the OB, you know what I'm talking about? The OBG, they get into a room, and at that point, they realizing that it was an altercation now with Cardi B and the security guard at the OBGYN appointment. So now we looking at this is the only real witness that was there when it happened. So it's based on what she says about who finna get sued and who not. You understand? This is one of them situations where you need to understand that we're here to inform, understand, and be aware that if you put yourself in the middle of two people fighting, you gonna be on the stand if it goes to court. Woo! Let me say that again for the people in the back rolling up that's getting comfortable, just got them something to eat, something to drink, and something to smoke if that's what they do. Because they are here with your boy Deala T and my fam and no filters. I just said, you better watch what you breaking up. You could be in a situation in the store and see two people fighting, and you come over there and say, oh my God, hold up, and try to help out. And then all of a sudden, somebody pull out a gun and aim it. What you gonna do then? Now, you just stepped into an innocent bystander situation trying to help, and now you dead because you tried to help. You need to know when to shut it up and when to speak up. Because this is a situation where she's in court, and now she spoke up because she seen it. She was just trying to help. She was just trying to stop and make peace. And now she in court on the stand. And what she says determines the outcome of this lawsuit. Now, don't tell me that now everybody finna get at her. Cardi B fan finna get at her. They probably gonna try to pay her off if she did something bad. Security guard finna call her like, what's up, fam? I've been working with you for 40 years. What you on? You ain't gonna tell it like it is? Or you gonna do it because Cardi got some money? What you gonna do? The point I'm making, oh Lord, what's going on? The point I'm making is we got to pick and choose what we putting ourselves in, because we definitely don't want to end up in court because we over here trying to break up something or make peace. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. Is it getting blurry? They trying to hold on to me. Listen to me. If you can hear me say hit that like button and subscribe, because we cooking. You ain't got to see me to hit that like button. You ain't got to see me to subscribe. You ain't got to see me to become a family member today in the building. You ain't got to see me to do that donations in the Cash App. Money sign, no filters. You understand me? You ain't got to do it to the super chat. You ain't got to see me to support the super chat. Let's make sure we keeping it going in here, fam. My family in here. We hitting that like button, we subscribe because we cooking. Let's go, family.
Douglas Emmett, the property management manager that managed the building.
And what was your complaint? What did you say?
They just wanted me to tell them what happened and the concern of the privacy of our patients.
Are you a Cardi B fan?
I know her music. I guess I listen to her music. I listen to hip hop.
Okay. And you like her music, right?
Johnny Rose.
Oh. Yes?
Yeah, she's talented.
All right. Have you ever gone to any of her concerts? Have you ever, I withdraw that. Okay. And for purposes of the visit on Saturday.
Let me know if I'm blurry, fam.
Decide to close.
Okay, let me know.
For a special appearance to see the doctor, right?
Oh, God.
I withdraw the question. When Cardi B came to the office, the purpose of her coming to your office
Thank you, Mona.
was to see Dr. Finky for medical care, right?
Yes.
When you went outside into the hallway,
Oh, they trying to hate on me, fam. I appreciate it, Poppy. Let me know. I'll let you know how we coming. See what I'm doing.
was already occurring before you got there.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yes, that's what made me go outside.
Do you know for about how long this confrontation was going on before you made your way outside?
I was sitting there waiting, so as soon as I heard the noise, it wasn't that seconds after is when I heard it, so I don't think it was going on that long.
Did Cardi B, while you were there,
Yeah, we in here.
in any way touch Miss Ellis?
No,
Did Miss Ellis in any way touch Cardi B while you were there?
no.
When you got there, were they chest to chest?
Oh, my God, Nene, that's real. Oh, God. It ain't the lens.
I couldn't really see Cardi B because she was kind of cornered where her back against the wall. I really just saw Miss Ellis in front of her.
Did you see her back from where you were standing?
Objection is characterized.
Were you assuming that, I withdraw the question. Were you assuming?
Can you see me right now, fam? Can you hear me, Lord? Can you still hear me? Can anybody hear me, fam? I'm about to, can you? Oh, God. Can't nobody hear me? Oh my God. Is I'm froze Mona? Am I froze Lori? Am I froze Poppy? Oh my God. Y'all can hear me but can't see me though. Is that right, fam? Can hear me but can't see me? Jalea D's in the building. Can you see me talking right now clear?
And please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record. Dear Malcolm. Spell it? Yes, T-I-E.
Okay, Jalea D says you see me right now direct.
COOKIN.
Great, thank you. You may take a seat. Please watch your step.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Malcolm. My name is Peter Anderson, and we just have a few questions. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Where were you working in February of 2018?
Women's care, OBGYN office.
Thank you. And do you recall an encounter between Cardi B and the woman to my left?
Yes.
Okay. What was your position at the doctor's office in February 2018?
A receptionist, front office.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Bye.
did Cardi B have an appointment that day?
Yes.
Was it a Saturday?
Yes.
Was there, to your knowledge, were there any other offices that were open that day?
No.
And do you remember the time of the appointment?
It was the end of, we purposely closed, so we had early day, maybe between 12 and 1, I'm assuming.
Okay. And what do you mean by purposely closed?
For Cardi B, we didn't want anyone there.
Definitely moved it.
Yes.
So, to your knowledge, how did you learn that there was an encounter between the two?
Okay, we could again.
Well, I was waiting.
I definitely moved that Wi-Fi joint. I ain't lying. Close as hell.
I heard commotion out in the hallway. And there was a door to exit right where I was sitting. So I opened the door and I looked and I heard and saw the commotion. And that's how I learned that something was going on outside.
Could you please describe for the jury what you heard and saw when you opened the door?
I saw them in the corner, Cardi's back to the wall, and just a lot of arguing and, just confrontation.
Okay. Do you recall anything that plaintiff Ms. Ellis said?
It was just very argumentative as far as, cursing and, just be this, be that. I don't know if I can curse, but.
So we've heard just about everything so far.
It's been one of those trials.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I immediately walked over there and got in between them and was like, whoa, my thing was I'm at work, so the first thing that really came out of my mouth is to Miss Ellis, just as far as, what are you doing? You're at work, go back to your post. And then, I don't know how long it was, but I couldn't get her, I just wanted everything to go away. I just was trying to calm everything down, take her again to the office, and I was trying to go. It was my sister's baby shower, so I was trying to get out of there. But, that wasn't on my mind then, but just to calm the situation down and get her into the office.
How did Ms. Ellis respond?
I don't even know if she heard what I asked, because it was just more of just being upset and no, I'm not going to do that, and just you know, like them still exchanging words even with me in between.
Was Miss Ellis yelling at Cardi B?
I mean, it was pretty loud for me to hear. It was still the same volume from when I could hear them while I was in the office down the hall. So I would say so.
Was Miss Ellis cursing at Cardi B?
There was definitely curse words, yes, on her end.
When you were there, did Miss Ellis attempt to strike Cardi B?
There was hands going while I was in the middle. I know no one landed, or I was, you know, I didn't even realize, I guess because my adrenaline, that I had a mark on my forehead. So besides me getting a scratch, nobody, as far as them two hit each other.
Who scratched you?
Based off of, like I said, I didn't know that I even got scratched until I went into the office, and the nurse was like, "Tiara, your forehead." But I could only assume Cardi B was behind me, because that was my main concern.
Objection calls for speculation.
So Cardi B was behind you, and you were facing,
I was facing that, Miss Ellis.
and you got hit on your forehead and didn't even realize it at that
scratch.
point.
Yeah, blood.
Just let him finish the question.
Oh, sorry.
And so you got hit, you were facing Miss Ellis, and she was swinging away?
I can say there was definitely, you know, people talk and like this type of action going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were hit on your forehead,
Yeah, like-
which was facing Miss Ellis, correct?
Yes.
What happened next?
After, you know, just going back and forth, Dr. Finke came out. Once he came out, I believe, after that, I don't even really remember what was said, but I know I continued to take Cardi into the
Skeptic in the
office,
building.
to her exam room, and then I went back to the front.
Okay. Did you witness Dr. Finke try to get Miss Ellis to leave the hallway?
Yes, that's what kind of, since he came out and he was talking to her, that's what kind of distracted her, you know, gave us the opportunity to just go into the office.
Okay. And do you recall anything that he said to her?
I think he's on the same temperature as me, just you're at work. Why are you up here? Go back, you know, downstairs. And what are you doing? Type of energy.
And so you turned around and escorted Cardi B into the doctor's office?
Yes, I told her to go to the exam room.
When you were face to face with Miss Ellis, I think you could see her face?
Yes.
Did you see any scratches on her face?
No.
Did you see any cuts on her face?
No.
Did you see any blood on her face?
No.
Did you see any injury at all on her face?
No.
Did you see any spit or spittle on her face?
No.
Did anyone spit in that encounter?
Objection calls for speculation.
While you were there.
While I was there, no.
Did you hear Miss Ellis yell at Cardi B, and excuse my language, "I will fuck your up"?
Some, you know, yeah, something along those words.
At any point in time in that confrontation, did Cardi B hit Miss Ellis?
No.
At any point in that confrontation, did Cardi B cut Miss Ellis with Cardi's fingernails
Objection calls for speculation.
while you were there?
Over.
No.
Did you hear Cardi B use the N-word, excuse me, I apologize. Yeah, no, did you hear Cardi B use the N-word? You know what I mean by the N-word?
Yeah. No.
After this encounter and Cardi B had gotten into the doctor's office. At any point after that, did you talk to the building management about what had happened?
Yes, that was a Saturday. So Monday, my supervisor and Dr. Finke wanted to make a report since there was an incident, and you know, the importance of making sure our patients, you know, aren't their privacy.
Cool guy in the building, Michelle in the building.
So yeah, they asked me to go downstairs with
Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in her family.
and make a report.
After this incident, did a plaintiff call you? Ms. Ellis call you?
It was, yes, it was a call transferred to my line, and it was her on the other end of the call.
How long after the incident? How
Oh
long
no,
after
skeptic.
February
This the
24th?
receptionist that was there witnessing. She's witnessing. She's snitching.
I can't recall exactly, but at least within, I don't know, 3 months. It wasn't right after, but it wasn't too long.
Can you tell us what the sum and substance of that conversation was?
Just kind of upset about what happened. She got fired. She couldn't believe that happened and wanted, I guess, to see if I can assist in any way since I was there. I pretty much replied as respectful as I could and just said, you know, this is my place of work and I really can't have anything to do with this.
And was there any other thoughts that you had when she told you, or did she tell you she was planning on suing Cardi B?
I don't remember word for word, but based off of our conversation, I assumed that was probably going to be one of her steps. But in my mind, I just was kind of shocked that she was calling based off of what took place. I figured, you know, she was at
Hit
fault.
that like and subscribe button. We cooking in her fam. That's the only way you gonna find your boy Dealatofficial
Okay.
and my fam. No filters.
Thank you all for coming back.
Shout out to Mango in the building.
Ms. Tiara Malcolm, when Miss Emani Ellis called you several months later and asked you to help her, what is the reason that you chose not to do so?
Well, main reason I didn't.
What I tell you. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. with my family, Dilla T. And there's no filters. Listen to me. I just told you that this is the receptionist, and the receptionist is snitching. Then I told y'all, shout out to Mona Thompson in the cash app with the $5 donation. You know it's love. I just told you that she in a position that she has to talk on the stand because she chose to stop the violence. She chose to do something good, break up a fight, and now she's on the stand in court. And they just asked her, did the security guard call you after the fight to persuade you to be on her side? Let me say that again for the people in the back. The security guard called the receptionist right here and asked her to be on her side or to make sure she locked in with her. And I just told you that. You gotta watch the fights you breaking up. You gotta watch what you're getting in the middle of. You gotta watch how you call yourself intervening in a situation and then you find yourself on trial for something you have nothing to do with, but always was trying to help, inform, understand, and be aware that these two people was fighting and you stood in the midst to try to stop it because this woman is pregnant and this woman is a security guard with a firearm on her side. That situation could have turned dumb. And the point of the message tonight is understanding what I say. You did better shutting up today. Because if she would have shut up that day, she wouldn't be on trial. But let me tell you something about informing, understanding, and be aware that when you need to speak up, because Cardi B was pregnant and this security guard had a gun, that thing could have turned something crazy if she didn't step in and stop them. But yet she stepped in, and now she's on trial explaining to other people. They call it snitching. Let's go.
I feel like she would.
Thank you all for coming back. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Tiara Malcolm. When Miss Emani Ellis called you several months later and asked you to help her, what is the reason that you chose not?
That's the security guard.
Well, main reason I didn't feel like she was in the right. I felt like based off of her position, working at the office, everything was handled unprofessionally, and going back and
Shout out to Ed.
No, she didn't work
Hit
at
that
our
like button,
office.
subscribe, family. I appreciate
Her
you.
was a-
I appreciate what you just said.
You know, she had a purpose at that building where she worked at. So I didn't feel, I don't know what I would help her with. I don't think if I told my truth, it would help her. So.
Were you aware that Miss Ellis was a security guard at your building?
Yes.
Do you understand that the security guard is supposed to go from floor to floor to make sure everything is safe?
I appreciate you, Lee John. You still with me, family. Uncommon woman in the building. What's up with you? Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking.
Have you ever seen Miss Ellis on other days, aside from the date of the incident? And I will represent to you the date of the incident for purposes of all my questions will be February 24th of 2018.
I believe that was the first day I've seen her there.
You saw her, when you got to work, did you see her anywhere in the building?
No.
What time did you get to work?
On Saturday, maybe around 8.
8 a.m.? And have you ever spoken to Miss Ellis before the date of the incident?
Silky Black in the building.
Is there any reason why, when you would go to work at the 8920 building, Wilshire Boulevard building, for how long have you been working there before the date of the incident?
For about 7 years, just about.
And during those 7 years, did you see other security guards in the building? And when Ms. Ellis's attorneys asked you to cooperate and sign a declaration, did you do that?
The form was
Not a form. Did you ever sign a declaration under?
Did you sign the paper?
August 26, 2025, which would be yesterday.
a declaration. Sorry, I'm not.
May I approach you? Sure. Did you give permission to the other side to sign a declaration under penalty of perjury in this case?
You're gonna get fired, fans.
Have you ever signed any document related to this incident? Did you make any type of formal complaint to the building about this incident?
When my supervisor wanted to make a complaint, since I was there, yeah, that's when I went downstairs with my supervisor.
And who did you make a complaint to?
Douglas Emmett, the property management manager that managed the building.
And what was your complaint? What did you say?
They just wanted me to tell them what happened and the concern of the privacy of our patients.
Are you a Cardi B fan?
I know her music. I think just, I listen to her music, I listen to hip hop.
Okay. And you like her music, right? Yes?
Yeah, just talented.
Alright. Have you ever gone to any of her concerts?
No.
Have you ever, I was drawing. Okay. And for purposes of the visit on Saturday, the doctor's office decided to close to give her a special appearance to see the doctor, correct? I withdraw the question. When Cardi B came to the office, the purpose of her coming to your office was to see Dr. Finke for medical care, correct?
Cardi B tripping, fam. Salute in the building. Topaz, hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking, fam.
When you went outside into the hallway, the confrontation that you testified about was already occurring before you got there, correct?
Yes, that's what made me.
Oh, nigga, you gotta get some order. Get some order.
How long this confrontation was going on before you made your way outside?
I was sitting there waiting, so as soon as I heard the noise, it wasn't that seconds after was when I heard it, so I don't think it was going on that long.
Okay. Did Cardi B, while you were there, in any way touch Miss Ellis?
No.
Did Miss Ellis in any way touch Cardi B while you were there?
No.
When you got there, were they chest to chest? Were they touching chest to chest?
I couldn't really see Cardi B because she was kind of cornered with her back against the wall. I really just saw Miss Ellis in front of her, and that's what made me rush and get in between them.
And when you say you saw her back against the wall, how were you able to see her back from where you were standing? Were you assuming that, I withdraw the question, were you assuming that Cardi B's back was up against the wall when you saw that?
No, I'm not assuming. I could see it because I literally looked down the hall and I opened the door.
And was Cardi B's back actually touching the wall or was close to the wall?
I don't know if it was touching her. It was close. So I didn't.
And you know that this incident happened 7.5 years ago, correct?
Yes,
And
that's why I don't
you
remember if her back was touching or like inches away, but I know it was very close to the wall.
And it was a very long time ago, so how did you remember all these details? Did you write them down somewhere? Did you record it? Or is this just off of memory from 7.5 years?
I just remember, there's certain things I remember when I was 4. I just remember because it was a confrontation and I was sitting there ready to go because I had to drive all the way to Tarzana. And it was a story that I had to my sister coming back, like, you can't believe why I was late type of story. So.
And your purpose of coming here is to help Cardi B or help Miss Ellis?
My purpose is to tell the truth.
Of course.
That's my purpose.
And Miss Ellis or her attorney tried to reach out to you, you refused to speak with them, correct? But when Cardi B's attorneys spoke to you and reached out to you, you talked to them immediately and you signed a declaration for them on the spot, correct? When you were there and you got in between the two of them, I want you to think of it like a hamburger bun. You're the hamburger and the two of them are the buns. How did you get in between them? Did you physically push them apart? Did they magically back up from one another? How did you get in between them? How?
Just like you said, it was 7 years ago.
What?
So I'm walking upset because of what I'm seeing. And that's just how I am when I see confrontation. I mean, it's not like I see it all the time, but seeing what was going on, just immediately, that's just what I did. I didn't really think about, I didn't really have a plan. That's just what I did to try to calm it down.
Okay. And Miss Ellis, who's sitting to my left, you heard her cursing at Cardi B on the day of the incident?
Yes.
You actually heard profanity?
I actually heard profanity.
Many different ways.
Yes.
How do you know it wasn't Cardi B that was using the profanity?
They have 2 different voices.
Right.
Was Cardi B using any profanity on the day of the incident?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did she use profanity?
Profanity, yes.
F word?
Curse words?
Bitch, F you, all that, correct?
Yes.
And you don't really know what happened before you got there, correct? You have no way of knowing.
I wasn't there before I got there.
So if there was any physical contact, whether it was spitting, scratching or cutting someone's face, you wouldn't know that because
It's real. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking, fam.
before you got there, correct? You understand my question? Let me withdraw. In the, let's just call it 40 to 50 seconds while there was a confrontation, I'll give you that estimated time. During the 40 to 50 minutes of seconds when they had their confrontation, you would have no way of knowing what happened during that duration of time because you weren't there. Is that fair?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I only heard.
Now he sounds stupid.
Correct?
Yeah.
Because what he's doing is, fam, he's trying to pressure her. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we cooking in here. See, we gotta understand, it's the receptionist. So at the end of the day, they gotta pressure her into every piece of everything they asking. Did they fight? Did Cardi B cuss? How did you get in between them even though they was fighting? See, that's the stupid stuff I'm talking about. Because if we all know, you see two people fighting, you just get over there and you just get in there and move them out the way. But he asking how you do it. So this is what I'm talking about the pressures that come with trying to resolve or help a situation, and then you find yourself on trial. Because you try to help somebody. That's the world we living in. Trying to help or get you hurt. Woo! I've been through some in my life. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Trying to help somebody will get you hurt. You ain't realized that by now? You ain't lived your life this long to know that? You can be a tree hugger. You can be a donation giver to every donation place in the world. What we making is helping somebody could hurt you. That's a real thing. And right now we're looking at this woman trying to help the situation. And it's hurting her in the end. It may not be physically, but it did physically because she got scratched. She got cut on the face. And now she's dealing with emotional stress and all of that because she got to get on the stand and tell. I mean, that's got to be stress within itself. I don't care. I'm not no snitch. So it's got to be hell because you on the stand telling everything. And now you looking over here at Cardi B like, I ain't never met you, Cardi, but you one of my favorite rappers, and I don't want to snitch on you. And then you like, I've been working with you for 10 years, and you crazy, and we ain't even really cool, but I know what's real. So now you in a situation having to make a decision is if you're trying to be cool with Cardi B, or you still trying to be cool with this person or don't care that you've been working with for 10 years. Somebody said, Ed said, hey, the security guard knew what she was doing. And she trying to create a payday. That's what goes on with the artists and the entertainers. When they come against a situation when it's dealing with a regular, like you and I, civilian, they always think we want their money when something happens. That's why they got to break this down. That's why you really don't want to be a witness to something going on if you don't want to open up your mouth and tell somebody what's going on. We learning today that helping somebody could hurt you too. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in there.
Emani Ellis could have hit Cardi B.
But she wasn't there.
Okay, I withdraw it. When you saw Cardi B that day, you spent time with her, right? In your medical office, correct?
Not a lot of time, but I spent the time from taking her to her examiner, making sure she was okay, and once the last patient was checked in, I I had about her.
And how long did you spend with her?
Not that long, maybe a minute. Take that.
When the patient
I mean, when we went into the, just to make sure.
No.
When we went into the office, how long did I spend with her? Yeah, maybe,
15 minutes, half an hour?
no. I was still ready to go. Maybe a minute.
Did you notice that she was wearing, do you notice that she had fingernails? Did you look at her fingernails?
I don't remember that.
Did you notice that Cardi B had long fingernails on the date of the incident?
Objection, Mr. Clerk, it's the evidence.
Did you see the size of Cardi B's fingernails on the date of the incident?
I don't remember her having, or seeing her nails.
And have you ever seen her before? Does she wear long fingernails?
I don't know what she wears.
On the date of the incident, would you agree that because you did not look at her fingernails, you have no idea as to how long the fingernails were on the date of the incident?
Objection.
True?
Calls for speculation, lacks no efficiency.
When you said that you saw arms flying, you also testified a moment ago that you weren't sure whose arms were flying, correct?
Ms. Greco's testimony.
Oh.
I believe I stated I was facing Miss Ellis. So Cardi B was behind me.
Right.
So I could only see the arms that were flying in front of me. I can't recall. She was behind me, so I think I would have felt something behind me.
Okay. But if Cardi B had taken a swing, you would not be able to see that.
Most likely I would, sorry.
See, I'm not talking about feeling. Would you agree that because Cardi B was behind you, if she took a swing without touching your body, you would not be able to see that? True?
Ms. Greco's the testimony and calls for speculation.
Over.
I didn't see her hands flying on the side of me.
I understand that. So again, I would like to know the answer to this question.
What was your question? I'm sorry, I
Of
forgot.
course. So the question is, because we're facing Emani Ellis, you have no idea what Cardi B was doing at that moment, right?
Objection.
So if Cardi B was,
She was pretty much like back in the chair. That's how close she was to me.
I
So
understand.
I didn't feel anything or see any hands come from behind me.
understood. But if Cardi B took a swing, because you were not facing her, you were focusing on Emani Ellis, and you don't have that eyes in
No, I
your
didn't see
head,
her hands.
you would not be able to know what she was doing.
Right.
So if she took a swing, you wouldn't be able to know. Fair?
Okay. Let's see.
As far as what would you characterize the injury to your forehead?
A cut. I was just bleeding a little bit.
It was bleeding.
Yes.
Okay.
So your head was bleeding?
How did that cut get there? I withdraw the question. Did that scratch or cut or anything get there at the time of this incident?
Yes, it definitely wasn't there before I went outside.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into this. There's only 3 options, and you could add more if you want, but I'm gonna give you 3. The cut came from you, the cut came from Ellis, or the cut came from Cardi B. Or make up your own. Where did the cut come from? And if you don't know, you can say, I don't know. Do you know?
It definitely didn't come from me.
Okay, so that's out. We got 2 more.
And
Ellis?
Yeah, she lying about something because the way she acting it.
it was behind me. So the only assumption that I had was it was from Miss Ellis because she was facing me.
Okay. But did you ever see Miss Ellis take her fingers or her hand or any other object and cause damage to your head? Did you ever see that?
I see hands trying to reach over me, so like I said, the adrenaline and everything was going so fast. But being that she was in front of me and hands were going like this, that's the only realistic assumption I can have is that that's why I got cut.
But you're assuming, correct?
Objection.
If you're asking her to assume counsel.
Are you assuming?
Your Honor, objection.
Yeah, why don't we move on?
see why you don't want to go to court? They asking her one question. Then they re-ask her the question again. Like, how did you get the cut? And then when did you get the cut? Was the cut from you, Cardi B, the girl, or somebody else? And if you don't know, just say you don't know. So then they re-ask again, and she's like, well, I'm assuming that I'm facing this security guard and Cardi B behind me. So everybody's doing back and forth and doing this. So I'm thinking like, if she's doing this, somebody probably cut me, and that was that. She's basically trying to say that the security guard cut her without saying she cut her. And then she also trying to act like she never knew Cardi B had the nails on. But them nails been on Cardi B for 40 years. Something going on, because the way she responded and acting, she picking and choosing what she want to elaborate on, picking and choosing what she know happened, and picking and choosing who she really want to be sued or not. And in my mind, if this your favorite rapper, you definitely don't want Cardi B acting like she don't like you no more. She on Cardi B side. I don't care what nobody say. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking Monday through Friday with Deala T, my family, and no filters. Let's go, fam. I ain't lying, Lord.
Cardi B.
I ain't lying, Lord.
Objection, never asked an answer.
Assistant,
She was behind
you
me.
don't need to answer.
Oh, sorry.
Did Dr. Finke see the cut to your forehead?
I believe so. His nurse is the one who pointed.
But act like you know when you're it's real.
Receive any medical treatment for that cut?
No, I just put some alcohol, alcohol.
Okay, now think about it for a second. If this woman didn't receive no medical attention for this scratch and didn't make nothing of it or cared nothing about it, okay? The biggest thing that I'm about to say right now is knowing that if this was another situation, she would care about that cut and who it came from. That's further let me know that Cardi B or somebody then put some money in her pocket. Because if not, she could be getting money off of the rapper as well. All she got to say is, well, you know, Cardi B was swinging arms and she cut me and she... That's how I know somebody making sure Cardi B straight. Because if she didn't deal with Cardi B like that, it's a reason why. Because if you didn't care about Cardi B or know nothing about her, and you came from where we came from, living our lives, there is no way you wouldn't think that I want a bag off of a rapper as well. Entertainer? Boy, you just cut me in the forehead in front of everybody. What? She's suing you for $24 million, cutting her on the cheek, but you just hit me in the forehead. We need to talk about it. Because you got the money to pay for this. Let's talk about it. You got the money to pay for it. I want some money. So that's how I know she did Cardi B and then paid her. Because she act like she don't even want no money. She act like she don't want nothing. She act like she don't want nothing at all. Because somebody that talked about something, you understand me? Hit that like button, subscribe for real, fam. We know what's going on here. I know what she doing. We know what she on. We know how she coming and what she think is okay. But it ain't. Because here ain't no filters. We ain't got no feelings on you. We don't care about none of that. If it walk like a duck, if it quack like a duck, we know it's a duck. And we gonna call it. And you gonna get till you burn. It don't matter. Ain't no other way to go about it. Ain't no other way to look at it. Let's go, family. You know what it is.
Right now, she's got a case going on right now, civil case, with a security guard lady, if I'm not mistaken, in which she just took a stand for the last couple of days. And in that case, she is being sued for $24 million. The lady is alleging that Cardi B assaulted her, things like that. And so Cardi B is testifying she didn't do it. She's facing a $24 million lawsuit. She lose that lawsuit and they rule in that other lady's favor. That's $24 million that Cardi B is going to lose. But tonight, man, Lord have mercy, bro.
Listen to me.
Just when you thought that, because a lot of people saying that Cardi B's testimony and Cardi B.
Let them know what I do, fam. I remind you, I let you know what's going on first. And then I give you the meat and potatoes. And then I let you know the update. And then I let you know what's going on today. This is the update on Cardi B's trial. And oh my God, hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. You about to find out what's real.
Came out with a witness at the trial. She came out with some witness that vouched for her. So a lot of people were saying, hey man, with that witness coming forward vouching for her, that might help her get off that case. She gonna shake free and not have to pay this girl nothing. Because a lot of people saying the other girl's stories sound shaky. That's what people saying. Now, according to reports, man, from allhiphop.com, apparently Cardi B has been hit once again now. Now this time, Cardi B is being sued allegedly for betraying the gang code over Megan Thee Stallion collaboration.
Boxing in the building, L. Thomas.
She's being accused of betraying the gang code. Now let me read this story.
Diane in the building.
And let y'all know what's going on. Y'all press the like button and share the videos, y'all come on in. So it says Cardi B got sued by an inmate claiming that she broke gang codes by working with Megan Thee Stallion, right? But the judge is shutting this down now. So it looks like she's gonna make it. Now Cardi B was sued by an inmate from Michigan who claimed that Cardi B broke gang rules by teaming up with Meg Thee Stallion, and the judge tossed it almost immediately. Cardi B, the inmate, it says, who's doing time in Michigan, filed a lawsuit from behind bars, saying that Cardi B violated some gang code when she worked with Megan Thee Stallion. It says that he claims that he's part of the almighty Vice Lord Nation. And he says that Cardi B represents the righteous united blood nation. Now, according to him, neither group messes with rats, snitches, and informants. He also said that Cardi B made music with Megan Thee Stallion, who snitched on or to the police about Tory Lanez shooting her. The guy says,
let me tell you about what we talked about last night. Street code. Snitches getting stitches. Young Thug. See, this what brings up my point right now. This man is locked up. OG Vice Lord. And he literally, you don't understand when it comes to being down for what you cause for or being jumped in something of an organization. You got to understand all gangs is gangs and they are organizations. The biggest thing about it is they all have curriculum and rules. Code to live by. So when you're talking about Cardi B being involved in something and being real and involved, and then you're talking about a viceroy coming out talking about she involved, and that she broke code, I ain't never heard of a street nigga talking about somebody that broke code and put a lawsuit on them. What? When have you ever heard of somebody telling somebody, you broke the street code, I'm about to sue you legally? That is what this is. That's wicked, fam. That's crazy work. Because you telling me, ooh, you better tell them, skeptic. I'm going to wait on them if you telling me that a gang member in jail can sue another gang member legally for breaking street code. And it ain't street code. My bad, family. It's organization rules. Surely she broke organizational rules. And this man want to sue her legally as if the organization is looked at as, respectfully, a real company. That's how you know it's crazy work when OGs step in, because OGs is like, hold up, dirty. I want to hurt you right now for breaking street code, but because I can't hurt you, I'm about to sue you. That's funny, crazy work. He's so mad, he's like, I'm going to get the judge to sue you for breaking organizational street code itch. You ain't never heard it in your life. And I'm telling you, the days we living in, so many people that broke code, or so many street people acting like they that, but they ain't. And real street killers letting you know, oh no, dirty, we pulling your card. And we got to appreciate that. Because they not walking around letting people do things or change the way of the world from what we came up on. Understanding that that is what keeps us grounded. That is our foundation. Understanding the street code and the code of the earth. But the moment you lose that, you have nothing to stand for. Like they say, you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking.
That the move went against the entire gang's.
Lori, be careful. I hope you safe. Be careful, fam.
And that Cardi B had basically betrayed her gang code by working with someone who had cooperated with the police. He also said that Cardi B used offensive language and racial slurs in her lyrics.
Uncommon woman, make sure you subscribe. Because Lori is some Lori fan.
He wanted the court to step in and stop her from working with anyone who's ever talked to the feds. The judge said he ain't buying the shit. The judge has now, as of this moment, tossed this case with prejudice, meaning that he will never be able to bring this back up again. And now he has to pay $350 for the filing fee. And the Michigan Department of Corrections will take 20% of his monthly prison account until it's paid off. What in the blue hell is going on?
Because why he thought it was finna work?
Today,
stupid.
You had Cardi B. She was in court giving testimony on the stand. Now, Cardi B, she took this case to trial because she's saying, and I'm talking about the case she's in right now. She took it to trial because Cardi B says that the woman who is accusing her is basically looking for a money grab. Now, this other situation, if there ain't no such thing as a money grab, I don't know what is. After seeing this situation, this is one of the most absurd and wild cases now that's been filed ever.
Salute, fam.
So this guy, apparently, like I told you guys, he's saying that Cardi B violated the gang culture. So Cardi B is not only accused in one case where she's being sued for $24 million. Right now she's in court on that case by a woman who says that Cardi B violated and beat her up, even though this woman said that she was recording Cardi B, you know, which is legal in public areas, but, you know, she said that Cardi B assaulted her. She said that, you know,
wow,
Cardi B put hands on her. Now, Cardi B got on the stand, and basically, like I said,
Skin E, I appreciate you letting us know, family. Hit that like button, subscribe,
We had the
man.
whole courtroom up there laughing and shit. And it looked like the jurors were laughing too, which seems like she's probably gonna get off both of these. The one she's already got off of, because the dude, I don't even know why he brought a case like that in the court, talking about the gang shit. Like, I don't understand why he brought that in the court. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Stupid.
Why he would bring that in court.
Stupid.
But I want y'all to hear some of what Cardi B had to say in court.
Security, what are you doing? And then that's when the doctor came out. He's like, go to my office. And that's when I just walked away, and that was the last of it.
Aside from Caradi, is there anybody else who drove with you to the building on February 24th of 2018?
No.
Moving back in time, do you agree that an incident occurred on February 24th, 2018?
It was a verbal incident. Verbal.
But it was an incident, correct?
I personally feel like if there's no physical touch, there is no incident. There was a verbal altercation.
Now, I want to talk what she said right there. She said, and let me put this on, I'm going to because I want y'all to see what she said. She said that if there is no physical altercation, that there should be no incident. Now, the question is where do everybody stand on that? That part right there. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. I want y'all to see this. This is her in the court.
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No.
Did you call her an N-word?
Y'all press one if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear
Your
it?
background, and you just
Press one if y'all can hear Cardi B.
something else?
My background? Well,
Of relevance. Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
16.
Have you ever used the N-word with Miss Emani Ellis?
No.
Did you try to take a swing at her?
No.
When you say there was a verbal altercation,
Yes.
do you know what the word altercation means?
Like a conflict.
Like a fight, right?
It was like a verbal fight, but it didn't get physical at all.
When I'm talking to you now, are we having a verbal altercation?
We having, we'll say, a debate.
See how everybody laughing? She gonna win that lawsuit. She gonna win. She got the whole courtroom laughing. She said, a debate. Cardi B, she have the whole goddamn courtroom laughing. If you the other girl that's suing her, bro, you feel dejected. She got the whole courtroom. It's over with. Look at her face. Like, she sit up there. She's getting sued for $24 million. And she goes right into court. She was like, hey, it was like a debate. Everybody starts laughing. She gonna win that case, man.
And you ain't lying,
She gonna win
Skip.
that case, bro.
You know she ain't that smart at all. That's why he asked her. That's why he asked her, are we having an altercation right now? Do you know what altercation means? See, you see that? That's how they look at y'all, fam. That's how they look at her. That's how they look at rappers. That's how they look at her. Like, do you know what you talking about? Do you know what that means? Do you know what the word altercation really is? And I think he was trying to explain to her, like, was it a verbal or physical? And she's saying, oh, it's not no physical, but he's trying to say, well, we're having a verbal, but is this a real altercation right now, back and forth? Because if it's an altercation, you got to understand, the lawsuit states the altercation for $24 million. Not the scratch or physical. They're speaking about the altercation that led to the scratch. So if there was an altercation, that's half of the battle. But if they can prove that that lady had a scratch or something was on her, she got to show some hospital records. Okay? She got to show some hospital records. She got to show something. There's no way you can just come up with it and say that's what happened and it did. So let's get right in here. Let's get real. Hit that like button, subscribe. We just want to make sure we know what we're talking about here. Because ain't no way this security guard finna walk away with $24 million without showing no scars.
You assaulted and battered Miss Emani Ellis, correct?
It's no good, but I guess so, but I didn't touch her. She didn't touch me, so.
Like I said earlier, this case is truly a she said, because there's one huge piece of evidence that could help, maybe the plaintiff or the defense, and that's video footage.
That's the same thing that just happened in the case with the guy with Dolph. They didn't have no video footage. So the jury had to listen. Now again, the threshold was higher. The threshold was beyond a reasonable doubt. In civil court, it is liability. But without that videotape, and Cardi B got a witness, man, she gonna beat this case in my opinion. She got the whole courtroom and the jurors and people laughing and stuff, man. I don't see her up for this. I don't see them, finding her guilty and her and then the judge ruling $24 million. And even if she is found guilty, I don't see the judge ruling nowhere near $24 million.
How many videos of the incident?
No.
Did you try to get videos of these?
I asked if there was videos. Like I told my lawyers to check if there was videos, but there's no cameras, I guess, there was no cameras.
When did you ask that? What year?
I feel like when I was like, when I got sued, I was like, oh, I know I didn't touch her. Like, it's like, look for the cameras, but they'll tell you. I didn't touch her.
And there was 3 elevators there? At least two different elevator bays?
I don't remember that. I just remember me getting out the elevator. She was coming in. I was coming out. I could hear her. She was talking on the phone. And she said, oh my God, y'all, Cardi B's here. So I kind of speed walk, but I feel her behind me. Then I hear her like, oh my God, Cardi B is here. So I turn around and she had her phone. She didn't have it here anymore. Now she has it here. And I asked her, yo, why are you recording me? And she clearly looked like a security. She looked like a security guard. She's uniformed down. And I'm like, why are you recording me? Are you security? And she's like, oh my bad. But then I'm walking and I feel her still following me. So like as I'm walking, speed walking, trying to look for the office, I turn around again and I'm like, why are you following me? She's like, because I can. It's like, no, you can't. Why are you following me for? Like, ain't you supposed to be security? And she's like, because I can. It's like, no, you can't. And she's like getting closer and closer. Like now she's like in front of me where I can't even like really maneuver. And I'm like, ain't you supposed to be security? Like you grouped out, you're recording me. Now you're following me. Like back up. And she's like, I can do what I want. It's like, no, you can't. Like you can't do what you want. And that's when we started arguing.
What did you say?
I was like, you can't do what you want. Like, what are you talking about? Because like you invading my privacy, and now we're like chest to chest practically. So I keep telling her like, you need to back up. I'm thinking to myself like, she's big. She's big. She got big black boots on, and I'm like, damn.
Could it be possible that she was recording you? She was sitting there holding her phone.
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Is that possible?
Now, the other case I just told y'all, the judge just threw that out immediately. But this case right here, Cardi B has been getting a lot of criticism online. I'm gonna tell y'all why too. She was getting a lot of criticism. I seen people saying this. And I had to go back and look this story up because I seen people talking about this. It's like it's like a lot of people that's on her side, but she got some people that's going in on her saying that they think she's lying, right? So you have a lot of people that's on her side in the comments, and you have people who think she's lying. I'm gonna say this. The people who think she's lying, they brought up something. There's reference to this case. They brought up something that they said Cardi B admitted. Now I had to go look this up, and this was actually true, that she admitted this. And this was that in 2016, in an Instagram live video, Cardi B had admitted to not only drugging, but robbing men during her time as a stripper. She said that she would lure men to hotels under the pretense of sex, according to the reports. Then drug and robbed them, stating that she had to do to survive. Now the video resurfaced back in 2019, and it sparked a lot of backlash on Cardi B, right? And in response, she clarified on Instagram that she wasn't proud of her actions, emphasizing that they were driven by very limited options and involved men she was dating who were conscious, willing, and aware. However, in a later 2019 Instagram Live, she did not drug in anybody, claiming that the men were already drunk or high or passed out, and she only went through their pockets, right? Now, there were legal charges that had been reported in connection to those admissions, right? But she had a lot of people that's calling her out and was criticizing her on that because they said, hey, if she lied about that and said she said she did it, she said she didn't do it, what the hell do you think she's telling the truth about this for? So she has critics that's all up in them comments going in on her. And when I seen this new one come down where this dude hit her with this lawsuit and put the information out there that he's alleging she violated gang code, I already know. I said, bro, the judge gonna throw this out. And as I look, the judge threw the case out. Immediately, the judge just threw it out. Like, just threw it out. Like, bro, you're not gonna come. You're locked up. You're gonna make a lawsuit saying that she violated gang code. Huh? What? You want to sue her for violating gang code? When, you know what I'm saying? Nah, that wasn't gonna work. So, yeah, man, y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. So she definitely got a lot of critics, you know, that are here or there. She either got her hardcore supporters or she got critics that's calling her out on that stuff, man, saying that hey, look, she was on video admitting something, a crime. Then she turned around and then she says, oh, well, and then she turns around and says, nah, I ain't do it. Right? Think about what I just said now. Right? Now, also, she's also been criticized because she's been online, right? And they said that she threatened death on the father of her children, Offset, right? Right? Or she wished death, right?
Hit that like button, subscribe, family, cooking.
It went like this. She publicly expressed extreme anger towards Offset, including statements wishing harm or death upon him. Though some were later clarified or walked back, right? These remarks, they stem from their divorce and ongoing public disputes. Now, back in October 2024, Cardi B posted a series of since deleted tweets on X, expressing intense resentment towards Offset, stating, bro, I wish the worst of this man, and I never hated someone so much. She called him a garbage bag and a narcissist piece of shit, but clarified she didn't wish death, saying, yeah, he is, that's why I don't wish him death. But I truly hate this dirty ass narcissistic piece of shit. Now, after a fan reminded her that he's the father of her children, this followed a PS incident. Child Protective Services.
L'Oreal in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking.
Offset was involved in a prank call that prompted that. Now, in May of this year,
Sonya in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking.
Conversation. She reacted to Offset, reported requests for spousal support in their divorce proceeding. And she said, "Look, my mother, I want you to die, but I want you to die slow.
Appreciate you so much.
And while you're dying, you got to think of me."
We Monday through Friday, 9 p.m., L'Oreal.
A newborn daughter some 5 times since her birth in September 2024, accusing him of neglecting their children. In the same rant, she expressed frustration. She hoped he suffered, though she later contradicted this by saying, I don't want him dead, but to get hit by a effing truck. Then in June 2025, in her track Outside, she included lyrics interpreted as a diss towards Offset, with lines like die slow in the bed, which echoed her earlier X Spaces rant. Now the fans in the media speculated that those lyrics were aimed at Offset, reflecting an ongoing hostility following their 2024 split, right? So she has a lot of people that's upset about her making these statements, and a lot of people who are going on credibility over those past statements. So you guys, y'all definitely gotta let me know what y'all think, how y'all feel about this. Y'all smash that like button, y'all come on in too, man. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And how do y'all think this current case is gonna fall out? The judge instantly threw out this other case where dude said that she violated the gang code. I couldn't believe it when I watched this. I'm about to show y'all this right now. I could not believe this. When I saw this, I said, man, ain't no way in the world, man. But it's true. It's right here. It's true. It's true. You see it right there on your screen. Exclusive. HighPup.com. Cardi B sued for betraying gang code over Meg Thee Stallion collaboration. Crazy work, man. And I wanted to get the whole lawsuit. They lucky I ain't had time to go get the whole lawsuit because I wanted to read the exact entire lawsuit, how he spelled it out before the judge threw that shit out of court. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Bro, this is a crazy business, man. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Like,
James J-A-M-E-S Rosenberg, R-O-S-E-N-B-E-R-G. Thank you.
That's real, L. Tom. This the OBGYN. Pay attention, fam. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking.
All right. My name's Dr. James Rosenberg. I'm a medical doctor in California. I specialize in psychiatry.
Can you please outline your professional education for us?
Yes, I studied philosophy and molecular biology. I then did a year of surgery research at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, including coronary laser angioplasty research. I attended medical school for 4 years at UCLA. I then did an internship in primarily surgery and cancer medicine, including neurosurgery and cardiothoracic surgery. I then did a 3-year residency at the UCLA Neuropsychiatric Institute of Psychiatry.
That's real scary.
I did a fellowship in forensic psychiatry.
You better hear me.
At Western University in Cleveland.
Real scared.
Philip Resnick.
Okay, and what licenses and certifications do you hold?
So my license is to practice medicine in the state of California. I have
Shout out to Georgina. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. Cardi B tripping.
I got my second board certification in forensic psychiatry, a subspecialty of psychiatry involving the legal system. That's every 10 years.
So right now, you just want to understand that you in here with your boy Deala T and my family, and this is No Filters. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. We $2 raffles. It's $2 raffles. And the No Filters Cash App, that's the money sign, No Filters Cash App. $2 raffles. You see the super chat at the bottom. I appreciate your support. $2 raffles, making sure we support and understand that one woman, one man from our No Filters family will win a No Filters shirt signed by your boy, Deala T, and my family here at No Filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, because we cooking in here, understanding that fam in the building. Right now, we listening to a psychiatrist. Cardi B psychiatrist at that. He's explaining his credentials. The real thing that we need to understand that is real. Become a member today. Let's make sure we point that out. Become a member today No Filters membership. You understand? Start doing things a different way. We introducing fan mail. We definitely introducing fan mail for my members, making sure that y'all can connect with your boy Deala T all the way through, whether it's through the week or through the weekend. You will definitely have an address to connect with your boy Deala T. And as well as a member, you will receive those membership videos that's only coming exclusively for my members on the weekend. Let's make sure we understand what's up. That's real, Mona. That's what we doing, making sure that we in tune with my fam. Each and every Monday through Friday, we about to get real to make sure we tap in for my family and No Filter, sir. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe because we cooking and hurt. Let's go, family.
I renewed it for another 10 years until 2016.
China in the building. China, God, appreciate you pulling up. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking.
My wife and I decided I wouldn't do it again, and I would stop doing criminal work.
Okay, can you please briefly summarize your professional experience as a psychiatrist?
Yes, so after I completed my training and came back to my fellowship, I became Assistant Director of Psychiatry at the West Los Angeles VA Medical Center and ran the Locke Psychiatric Intensive Care
What happened, Skeptic?
UCLA Teaching Service, and was there for a few years. I was a member of the UCLA Medical School faculty for 16 years. After I left the VA, because my forensic consultation practice started to get busy, I always continued to see patients at least one day a week unrelated to any legal matter. Most recently, it was 22 years at a nonprofit community mental health clinic in Van Nuys, providing psychiatric evaluation and treatment of homeless and low-income individuals.
She did not sue.
My forensic
She didn't sue,
psychiatry
Georgina.
practice, the
She didn't
first,
do it.
Half of my career was primarily criminal cases, approximately 200 murders.
Oh no, Skeptic, we finna keep it going.
And other types of major crimes. The second half has been primarily civil litigation matters of brain injuries, catastrophic physical injuries with PTSD claims, and employment-related matters. I've consulted over the years to the United
all
States
good. We're gonna keep it going.
DC on organized crime in the Eastern District of New York, the Medical Board, the Attorney General, and also for 8 years I was a consultant to Patrol Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Phenom 66 in the building.
Your Honor, I would like to show Exhibit 220 to the witness. Dr. Rosebrook, it's Exhibit 220 in the blue binder.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate it, Georgina. That's what my family do. Let me know if I'm blurry.
Yes,
I appreciate
this is
you.
the first page of my resume.
CC, Georgina fam, y'all.
And can you please flip through it and let me know if that's a true, correct copy of your receipt?
Yes, this is the most current version, last updated February 2023.
Thank you. Your Honor, defendant moves to admit Exhibit 220 in evidence.
I object to that at this point. Come on. Hold on.
Frank Wright, we talking about Cardi B. 24 million trial.
Have you been
She being
retained as
sued.
an expert on behalf of the
Hit that like button, subscribe, family, because we cooking. It's real.
What is it that you were asked to do?
I appreciate you.
I was asked to conduct a psychiatric evaluation of Ms. Ellis's emotional injury claims related to the incident on February 24th, 2018.
Yeah, fam.
Have you served as a retained expert in previous cases?
It's all good, Skeptic, Mona. I got y'all. Don't worry about it. You know y'all fam. I'm with you.
Criminal and civil matters, probably over my career.
We're going to tweak and
1500
adjust.
times.
Make sure that we stay in tune.
Experts are paid for their time. What is your rate that you charge for the time that you spent working on this case?
Georgina says 24 million is a get-rich-quick scheme. See, If the girl was suing for 2 million or 1 million or 3 or 5, this would have sounded more realistic. But the fact that she sounded 24 million because you talking about the girl nail scratched your skin, you dummy. That sounds like greed. That sounds like being greedy. That sounds like somebody that don't care. That sounds like somebody that will literally look back and say, we know you lying. She should have sued her for 1 or 5 million and she would have got that money. Because Cardi B would have been like, you know what? I scratched the chick. Who cares? Whatever. Give her 1 million. That 1 million would have changed that security guard life. You understand me? But yet you was on some get rich quick scheme. Thinking you got somebody. Let me tell you what else is stupid that this little dumbass girl just did. Cardi B coming to the OBGYN office, then all of a sudden, this girl following her with a phone. And then gonna keep following her because she's security and can do what she want. And then told people that she can do what she want. It's so crazy. It's just the fact that she chose to do it in that manner. So now when you think about what's going on, you think about like, okay, so the security guard really tried to come up on a get rich scheme. So Cardi B is in headlines. And then she has a double charge coming in the midst of being charged already. The judge dismisses that. So we learning that even celebrities are getting, they're going to always get that target on their back. But I know in my mind, if she would have sued her for like 1 million or 5 million, she would have won. Or Cardi would have settled. They wouldn't have never even have to see court. You hear me? Even if she's using her, lying, whatever. It would have came out to that. But the fact that she was on that line and doing that, you can tell that the greed kicked in. And that greed told her, shit, I'm finna sue her for 24, 25, 30 million. It don't matter. But you know what's funny? If they got cameras, then it don't matter. Because they see everything. So I don't really know what the trial is or what's up, because if cameras was there, all they got to do is them cameras back. That's it. And it's over. So bringing all these witnesses and all those extracurricular things is crazy. But we all know right now that at the end of the day, that if it walked like a duck, and if it quacked like a duck, what is it? You don't get no pass here, no filters with Deala T and my fam. We here to inform, understand, and be aware that this type of behavior is what's going on. People suing people to get rich quick. And they will take advantage of you. And then on top of that, people trying to separate the fight. Separate the problem. Separate the confrontation. Separate two women that's fighting verbally. And when you do that, you find yourself on trial, ask questions as if you're guilty yourself. There's no way you don't identify these things knowing I mean, at some point, fam, y'all just got to have wisdom to know what to do and what not to do. To know when to move, when not to move. To know when to speak and when not to speak. That's the problem we're having today. Nobody has wisdom on knowing when to do things and when not. But naturally, if we see people fighting, and you come from where I come from, you're going to leave them alone. Right. Because if you get involved, you might end up smacking the skin off somebody or punching the face off of them or shooting the shit out of them. And that's going to be all based on you stepping into somebody else's situation. It's so important that we have to measure. We have to measure how much the problem weighs before we step in. Woo! Woo! Again, for the people that didn't get what I just said, you hear me? See, you get what I just said because you hear me. I said we have to measure the problem that we're in before we intervene. My people skeptic says, if I see a fight, it's not my business unless it's elderly or kids. That is the realest thing said. See, that's one of my family members. See, fam know what's real. We've been doing this for a minute now. See, you understand the mind now? When we train the mind, we speak alike. Skeptic just said something that I would have said. So I know that great minds think alike when you train the minds to do so. Skeptic probably pulled up back then and didn't have no thoughts of anything I'm saying or understanding of why we should care about things that we don't give a damn about. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Skeptic pulled up back then and probably didn't care or agree on anything that we cared about. But today, she see it. She see it in its realness, in its rare, in its rawness, and understanding that it's we here to inform, understand, and be aware. So why don't you become a member? Why don't you become a subscriber? Why don't you hit that like button and subscribe? Because we cooking for you to learn something long term that you may have never even cared about today. Shout out to Nene Love Savvy TV. We appreciate you. Good night. Have a good evening. Be safe. I need y'all to understand. Change, timing, and care. Let me say that again. I need you to understand. Change, timing, and caring. Without change, nothing happens. Without timing, you don't get it. And without care, you don't give a fuck. Change, timing, and care. That is what we walk away tonight with. That is the understanding of the message. We're here to change, but we need to understand the timing of that. And we need to care about what we're doing. Because in this case, somebody chose to help. And it might have been the change for them, but it might have been the bad time. Because they cared. Let me say it again. It might have been a change for them doing something different in their life. It was a bad timing, but because they cared, they're in this situation. I need you to understand what change, timing, and care does to you. It's not bad. I just need you to know what that does to you. Because when you change what you normally do, at a certain time, it shows that you either care or you don't. Somebody gonna replay this back for somebody in the back for them to understand what's real. Change, timing, and caring about what you're doing matters. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking in here for real. I need you to know what's real. Shout out to Tesso in the building pulling up. Change, timing, and caring. I'm telling you, family, work together so well. You'll figure it out in a second when you wake up. Just let God keep waking you up. Let the Lord keep waking you up. You will figure out why change matters, the timing of the change matters, and why you have to care about the change and what you're doing at that time and that it matters. Tone, my dog, in the building, understanding. Let's make sure we hitting that like button and subscribing in here. L'Oreal, that's real, amen. Let's be right. Let's get right in here.
So I charge, my base rate is $550 an hour, which is for reviewing records,
tell them,
face-to-face examination,
change,
scoring,
timing,
testing,
and care.
and writing a report. My rate for testimony in deposition, which was taken in this case or trial like today, is $800 an hour, and there's a 4-hour blocks.
Does your fee depend in any way on whether your opinion is favorable to Cardi B?
No, that's never been the case. And for example, I've never worked on the lien, which does involve that type of interest from my non-attorney standpoint.
Do you recall approximately how long you've been engaged on this matter?
Georgina, hit that like button, subscribe. You about to become a family member. I see you still here. You finna become a fan.
How much?
Get her right, skeptic. She finna become a fan. I see what's going on, Tone.
Years.
Well, for reviewing the records, which I've had to re-review, and additional records, examination.
Change time and be aware. Change time and current. You better understand why the three matters. Change matters. Time matters. Care for what you're doing matters. Because without no change, it don't matter about the timing. See, timing matters over everything we do, timing matters. Change helps. But if you don't care about the change and the timing that you do it in, you will get nowhere. I truly appreciate my family in here. Because my family understands timing, change, and caring. They understand change, timing, and caring. And they understand to inform, understand, and be aware. These are the things that keep us grounded. And if they don't, you and your kids will be lost. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Hit it right now. Right now. And let me know that you did it. Let's go, family, because it's real.
Testing my report, preparing for deposition with plaintiff's counsel. I think I've thus far charged something a little over $30,000.
Okay. And I believe you testified that you conducted a psychiatric evaluation of the plaintiff as part of your duties in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, so the psychiatric evaluation is, to me, a broader term.
Shout out to you, Tone.
The triad of reviewing records.
That's real.
Conducting a face-to-face examination.
That's love.
Scoring and utilizing the psychological testing that was administered.
It matters.
In that examination. So it's a matter of integrating and correlating and weighing the information from those three sources.
And can you please, in just a little more detail, explain what happened during that evaluation? in this case?
So I believe it was in July, maybe around July 21st, 2023. I would say roughly 6 hours. The entire examination was audio recorded, and the first half of the examination was the administration of the psychological testing, where using gold standard psychological tests and then she filled out the answer sheet, circles or bubble and answer sheets as she went along. The second half of the day was the interview, and generally accepted principles, whether it's a patient care or clinical setting or forensic setting like this. The interview involves a variety of background areas in order to establish baseline, some risk and resilience factors for developing a psychiatric disorder. So it includes, for example, a brief developmental history, education growing up.
You ain't lying, Georgina.
Social marital relationships, medications, general medical history, substance use history, if any, whether there are any family history of any psychiatric and medical conditions that are relevant and carry a genetic risk for Ms. Ellis, as well as legal issues like workers' comp claims, so many background areas, and then to establish that baseline in detail, what this was like, let's say in the month or so before.
See, we got to understand what fam do when fam do it, because what we do here at fam in the house to be understanding, highlighted. Shout out to Tone 357, my dog in the building. My dog Tone said, this is what he did with his life today. Just got in from installing a complete system for a senior citizen couple in need. Caring for people. Pass on the love. Shout out to in this building. Everybody right now in the comment right for Tone in this mother. You understand? Because you understand what people are not doing. See, that was your grandma, grandpa that Tone just did that for. You understand me? That was your grandma, your grandpa, your family, your mom, your daddy. That family that did that for. You hear me? And if he didn't, he would have left you hanging and you'd have been mad. The services of people matters because it always costs. You need to understand, everything costs. Time, money, life, love, everything. What are you willing to pay for that? Shout out to Tone in here one time for my dog, real life, real respect. Making sure we understand what's really real. My dog do HVAC, don't play with them. You understand? Making sure they solid within their tones and making sure they solid within they self. So when you pull up, understand we real fam in here. Shout out to you, Tone, take care of fam. We're going to get with you because I got folk here in my city that need to take care of it too. I'm going to lock in with your family because we big family, going to be family, we still family. Skeptic, when it's real, it don't cost nothing. And the feeling is authentic. When it's real, it don't cost nothing. And the feeling is authentic. Hit that like button, subscribe, family, because I'm telling you, you better subscribe. You're going to meet some people. You're going to meet some, let me tell you something about my people and my family. Let me tell you something about my family. You're going to meet some people that's been through some things. You're going to meet some people that look at life a certain way because of what they've been through. But you're going to look at some people that want to know about today. On how do we all get through tomorrow. See, my fam want to know what's going on today so we know how to get through something tomorrow. That's the difference between my fam. Become a subscriber, become a member to my family because they're going to look out for you too. Sick, down, hurt, whatever. I trust my family to carry you. I trust my family to look out for you. I can run down every name right now off the top of my head. I ain't gotta look at no list because these my day ones. And you know what's crazy? Even my same fam in here right now going through stuff. Mona, Mama K, Lord, Poppy, Skip, Cindy, Nene Love, Julia D, all the war. I can run this shit down, don't play with me in here, with my family. You'll learn something. You will get something. You will understand that if I don't know, my family do. Want y'all to know I appreciate y'all and I thank you for taking your time out. You thought I was finna be done? You thought I was over with? No, we in here. Hit the like button, subscribe, we cooking!
Incident in this case, then a brief discussion of that, and then in detail tracing the said course of her reported emotional and other symptoms and how that's affected her. And in the context of also correlating that with her real life day-to-day function and any health care that she sought out.
Okay, based on that examination, did you reach any conclusions with respect to whether the plaintiff suffered a mental or emotional injury as a result of her encounter with Cardi B?
Yes, I did reach an opinion, as with all my opinions, I reached an opinion with reasonable medical probability in that regard.
Thank you, and what was that opinion?
My opinion is that there is no significant evidence that Ms. Ellis sustained an emotional injury at any point in time in this case, from the time of the incident to present, with the understanding that an emotional injury, from my standpoint, consists of the onset of one or more psychiatric diagnoses in accordance with the American Psychiatric Association's guidelines or criteria, or the substantial worsening if there was a pre-existing disorder, and that in my opinion, Ms. Ellis has never qualified for that in this case.
Thank you. I believe you testified that one of the parts of your examination was testing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you please briefly explain what those tests were?
Yes, so again, what's very important first, the choice of tests. I used gold standard tests that are well validated, scientifically recognized as appropriate tests for this context. So the purpose of the test is that first we have validity scales that look at how somebody's approaching taking the test and what information that says generally about how the individual may be approaching reporting an emotional injury claim, as well as on the test specifically. They then include a variety of clinical scales: anxiety, depression, PTSD, physical symptoms, substance use, cognitive symptoms, meaning things like memory, attention, concentration, personality, psychosis, a variety of factors like that.
And can you please identify what tests are administered?
Yes, so I administered the MMPI-3, either the MMPI-3 or the MMPI-2-RF. Those are the current ultimate gold standard tests. You have to pass that test as an officer in California. So I gave the MMPI-2-RF or the MMPI-3. I gave the only other gold standard test of that type, the Personality Assessment Inventory, or PAI. And then something that's very secondary is I gave a brief screening cognitive test, a simple 10-minute
Shout out to Delia D, Sugar Rush with the gift sent.
Attention, memory, concentration.
And can you please summarize for the jury what the process of taking the MMPI-2 or 3 test looks like?
Sure, so, I first ask if the individual is familiar with it, and then if she can see the answer sheet in the booklet, have her read the formal instructions at the beginning of the test booklet and tell me that she understands them. And then it's a matter of answering about...
That's real skeptic. That's what we doing always, and make sure we understand what's real.
An answer sheet.
We with you, fam!
For those questions. And then I take the results out and I use the test publisher's official scoring software, which I have on a laptop computer, input those answers, generate a statistical report based upon her answers. It provides a variety of scales and scores, and then narrative text, meaning it provides a text description of what individuals like these scores tend to look like, although it doesn't talk specifically about Ms. Ellis, and you would never want to make an opinion about somebody that's just a test. Again, it's a matter of correlating them with your overall evaluation with the interview and record review.
Your Honor, I'd like to show trial exhibit 229 to the witness.
If you not want to publish it, it's fine. Oh, I thought I didn't object to
Can you please turn to the blue binder to exhibit 229?
Okay, I'm at 229, thank you.
Thank you. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, so this is the report of the PI2 psychological test that I administered Ellis on July 21st, 2023, in which I provided elements to opposing counsel before my deposition.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Recollection as to which version of the MMPI-2 test you in Ms. Ellis' case?
Yes, I gave the MMPI-2, that and the MMPI-3.
Shout out to Uncommon Woman. You know what it is. Hit that like button, subscribe. We are here, family. We together.
Wide in this kind of
We together.
context.
Skeptic, where you at?
Did you create that document yourself?
Well, I created it in the sense that I inputted her answers into the test publisher software on my laptop. I then double-checked the answer through a provided by the software. And then I had
CC in the building. What you doing, family? Hit that like button, subscribe. Get comfy.
That is intrinsic to the software. I don't personally score any of the scales. I don't personally write out any of the text interpretation that's in it. My job has been, how do I use that information once it's available in an assessment?
And is it fair to say that you used this report as in reaching your conclusions with respect to Ms. Ellis?
Again, considering all the information available to me from the records, the exam, the testing, I use active medical reasoning, a best fit medical reasoning, the same use if I was in an emergency room, if I was a surgeon or I was a radiologist.
Do you use this software that are generated?
Celestine in the building. I appreciate you pulling up. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking, fam.
These tests hundreds of times. I have the highest user rating qualification of both test publishers.
Okay, and do you recall when this particular report was generated?
My best recollection is I generated it, shortly after the examination had been completed, but I just apologize, I don't recall a specific date.
Thank you. Defendant moves to admit Exhibit 229 into evidence.
Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking, family.
Your Honor, may I publish page 2 of Exhibit 229? All right, and Dr. Rosenberg, you can see at the top there, I suppose you look at the binder as well.
Thank you, Honor. That's much better. Thank you. Okay, yes, I see it now. I wasn't able to see that.
Thank you. If you look at the top of the page, it says validity scales. Can you please explain what that means?
Yeah. So these are the most important scales of their type for this in the MMPI-3 of any test in the world, any psychological test. The validity scales look at how somebody is approaching the test. The first two scales, VRIN and TRIN, a variable and true response indicator, look at whether somebody understood the test questions and responded to them in a consistent fashion. So those first have to be valid before you can go on to interpret the rest of the test. The remainder of the validity scales, the vast majority of them, look at their F scales because they look at infrequent responses. These scales become more and more elevated if an individual endorses or answers questions endorsing symptoms that are infrequent, meaning that even somebody who actually had that mental disorder would not actually endorse it. And these scales are scored against a large statistical population, cross-section population of the United States. And then the last couple scales, the L scale, looks at a different type of potential manipulation, portraying yourself in an overly positive or light. And then the last one is just a correction to that.
Thank you. And what do Ms. Ellis's test results in this case show you?
I'm
sorry, specifically with respect to the validity scales.
Yeah, so looking at these, more going to do it from memory, but looking at these scales, they demonstrate that when Ms. Ellis took this test, that she generated scale elevations in the range that only reasonably could be interpreted as either severe symptom exaggeration or symptom fabrication. From a psychiatric standpoint, obviously, I'm not giving a factual opinion. So if we look at F, the third one over with a T-score of 83, so these are compared against a normal bell curve of statistical scores where a T-score of 50 is in the middle. And every time you go out 10, you're going out another standard deviation. So at a T-score of 83, the F scale that looks at things like anxiety, depression, PTSD, she generated a score more than 3 standard deviations above the norm. And statistically, 48 people out of 100,000 would actually generate that score, even if they really had the condition. If we then look at the other scales thereafter, the FS scale, S is for somatic, meaning physical symptoms. The FBS, which is the fake bad scale or symptom validity scale.
That's real.
And the RBS scale look at physical health symptoms. They look at cognitive symptoms like attention, concentration.
A part of me feel like that the girl that was suing Cardi B was telling all these people that y'all gonna make some money too. 24 million? That mean that she was finally finna pay everybody posted up to get it popping. You understand me? That's probably what happened. $24 million. And this man up here sounding, what Tone say? Georgina says it's definitely exaggeration and fabrication. So the fabrication that comes with the exaggeration further lets us know. Because they're doing a lot right now. We still trying to figure out what they're doing. But in the midst of knowing what they're doing, we know that somebody had to be getting paid off. The woman was suing for 24 million. She could have got a hot 1 million, 1 through 5. But yet she wanted 24. So it further lets me know who else was supposed to get a piece of that money. Because she doing a lot. And he doing a lot. I just want to know who else is supposed to get some of that money. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We still cooking in there. We still cooking in her. Let's go, family.
Primarily if you're evaluating a brain injury claim. And so
that's right, uncommon woman. You know what uncommon. Line.
That I'll discuss, Ms. Ellis has not sought out any type of, my review of the Kaiser records in my audio recorded interview, any type of physical health problem whatsoever, and certainly hasn't had a brain injury. These elevations are extraordinarily high. The FBS, a fake bad scale elevation of a T-score of 102, at 5 standard deviations above the norm, only 2 individuals out of 1 billion would actually have that score if he or she had the actual disorder. So these are extremely high. They're far beyond the range of somebody who could just be distressed and is trying to emphasize how distressed she is, or so-called cry for help. These are in the range of elevation that no individual, even with the conditions, would reasonably have at that statistical elevation, putting aside that she doesn't even claim those types of symptoms in the first place.
Thank you. What types of symptoms would that be?
So for the FS to have an elevation of F sub S, which is somatic or physical, especially a significant elevation, you would have to have a serious physical health condition. Let's say you have cancer, or you recently had a heart attack, or you're in heart failure, or you have uncontrolled diabetes, things like that. FBS is particularly sensitive to symptom fabrication or exaggeration in individuals who've had traumatic brain injuries. But again, even if you had a severe disabling traumatic brain injury and you were in a rehabilitation facility, your elevation would be maybe a T-score of 70, 75. Again, at 102, where it's 2 people in a billion, no individual who even had a brain injury would reasonably endorse that score. Or again, they get elevated the more and more you endorse symptom. The person who actually has the condition would actually report those symptoms. And then RBS is cognitive. So again, it looks at things like attention, memory, and concentration. And again, hers is elevated in the range of 4 standard deviations.
Yeah.
So, it would be well over 101 that she would actually have those symptoms.
Thank you. Can you please turn to page 10 of the report?
Of this psych testing report?
Yes.
You know the report. Asking which report, stupid. You're talking about.
Towards the bottom, you see is written diagnostic considerations.
Yes.
Can you please explain what that section is saying?
Yeah, so again, the report doesn't talk about Ms. Ellis specifically. It talks about, at a statistical level, individuals who have these scales and scores tend to look like this. And the diagnoses that are suggested are rank ordered in priority of how likely they are. And so the first diagnosis listed of somatic and or cognitive symptoms, primarily general elevation of the F sub S, the fake bad scale, and the RBS. And so, and malingering refers to...
Shout out to Blizz Kips. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. I appreciate it.
Fabrication or manipulation of symptoms for secondary gain in the field of psychiatry, and is actually in accordance with the American Psychiatric Association's published guidelines.
And again, this section of the report, like everything else, this was generated as a result of the test publisher's software, is that correct?
Yes, the test publisher software, statistical scoring, which involves hundreds of thousands of individuals, and then detailed mathematical statistical algorithms that are used to score the.
That's what I said, Biz Clip. She should be asking for something much less than 24 million.
There were other
stupid
psychological tests you administered. Are the results of those tests similar with respect to symptom exaggeration or fabrication?
Well, I would say yes and no. The other test, the personality assessment inventory, does not have as sensitive of validity scales to detect exaggeration or other manipulation, though it does show some evidence of that. But when we look at the clinical scales on the personality assessment inventory, Ms. Ellis generated such huge elevations for scales like anxiety, physical symptoms, PTSD, depression. Again, several deviations above the norm. that make no reasonable sense unless somebody was actually, for example, so ill that she required inpatient psychiatric care on medications, was critically ill or terminally ill with physical health conditions. The other inconsistency is that on the MMPI-2-RF, she scored, accepting her symptoms at face value, she scored very high on symptoms for paranoid thinking at the level of somebody with a paranoid psychotic disorder like schizophrenia. And that was not seen on the PAI, so that would be an inconsistency between them. But it also would be another example of symptom endorsement that makes no reasonable sense except for intentional gross fabrication, out fabrication of symptoms in this case. At that level of paranoid thinking, again, would be like a uncontrolled schizophrenia requiring acute inpatient care on medication. But by the same token, taking it at face value, it is, from my standpoint, of relevance to the trier of fact in evaluating some of that degree of paranoia.
No, they ain't got facts.
How that individual reacts to or responds in neutral situations, social situations.
Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking, Sonny.
You mentioned a high paranoid thinking score. Is that, I believe that's correct?
I'm sorry, so what did you say?
Did you mention a high paranoid thinking score? Is that how you phrased it?
Yes, the three key scales of the Amendment 2 for paranoid thinking. Again, typically seen in something like schizophrenia. She had significant elevations on those scales, all three. Again, in the range, which the we see here in the text report, how the report interprets it, at the level of somebody who's a paranoid psychotic, not just somebody who feels a little stressed or like somebody's looking over her shoulder.
And as a professional and a psychiatrist, how would you interpret the score in this case?
So again, I think there are really reasonable ways to interpret it. One would be that it's another common manifestation of how somebody in an emotional injury produces gross exaggeration or outright fabrication of symptom of injured. The alternative is part of somebody's baseline where she interprets normal or neutral interactions as a personal attack. But the only other reasonable alternative, taking at face value, would be she actually has a psychotic mental disorder like paranoid schizophrenia with things like hallucinations, believing that there's a plot to have her killed, satellites are watching her, her phone is bugged, things of that sort.
And based on the other elements of your examination, did you make a conclusion as to which one of those would be true here?
Well, I think reasonably from a psychiatric standpoint, all the other information available to me, the reasonable interpretation is that it's another example of severe symptom manipulation, exaggeration, or fabrication. But again, it also has to be considered, again, from a factual standpoint for the trier of fact. Does it demonstrate paranoid thinking that can affect how somebody reacts in a situation or a disagreement?
But to be clear, are you diagnosing Ms. Ellis with, for example, schizophrenia?
No, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
All in the building coming in late. I appreciate you, family. You know what it is. That like button, subscribe. We here.
Well, because in schizophrenia, and obviously there's a spectrum, there are individuals who are very well controlled with medication. I know that schizophrenic patients, who are like run corporations and do very well, but the vast majority tend to have very severe chronic courses, often homeless in mental institutions. And so, but with these levels of score, if you actually had schizophrenia, you would function at a very low level. You wouldn't be able to maintain reasonable family relationships. You wouldn't be able to hold a job. You wouldn't be able to function in major life activities. And again, you would require psychiatric
That's real order
business.
That's real order mind. I feel you, family. Stepping in the building, you already know what it is. We here.
Did you diagnose Ms. Ellis with any psychiatric conditions?
Again, since I equate, for a case like this, emotional injury with have you developed one or more psychiatric disorders as a result of your allegations of the incident with Cardi B. I have no diagnosis for her.
That's real. She trying to sue everybody, but it ain't doing nothing.
And apart from the test results, are there any other...
Hold up, Steph, you talking about the security guard tried to shoot Tasha K? And now she shooting Cardi B? Let me know now.
Yes.
What are those?
Is that what happened, fam? Tell me now.
The first factor is that, again, I accept Ms. Ellis's report or allegations of what happened that day in that incident, reasonably from a psychiatric standpoint, that would be a stressful or upsetting situation. You might be mad or angry for a day, you might lose some sleep over it, might be in the back of your mind for a few days, but reasonably people don't develop psychiatric disorders like an anxiety disorder, depression, from an argument or an unpleasant interaction like that on a single basis. That just makes no reasonable sense. And as we'll discuss, it makes even less sense in Ms. Ellis's case because it turns out, although she didn't share them with me when I asked, she's had multiple other traumas in her life, and according to her, those didn't cause emotional problems, so she obviously must have great resilience, and it would make no sense that this much more minor thing somehow would, but most people wouldn't. The other reason is that, well, I have a few reasons, I promise I'll stop talking soon. Another reason it's important to understand that this doesn't constitute a trauma. Again, accepting Ms. Ellis's report of what happened at face value, it doesn't constitute a trauma.
What's she suing for?
A stressor to some
Stephanie, what's she suing for?
But under the American Psychiatric Association standards for what constitutes a trauma, for example, to be able to develop PTSD, this does not meet that. It has to be something like life-threatening accident, illness, witness to violence. So, for example, physical or sexual abuse growing up, kidnapping, sexual assault.
What's she suing for?
These things are traumas, and they can lead to PTSD. An argument or unpleasant interpersonal.
Tell me what she sued her for. You know it.
Can lead to PTSD, and that's particularly important for us since some of Ms. Ellis's most dramatic scores on the psych testing have been the PTSD scales. Again, in a range where no actually had PTSD would reasonably generate those scores.
Are there any other factors?
Yes, so another important factor is, again, in accordance with the published, generally accepted guidelines of the American Psychiatric Association in our diagnostic manual, whenever there is an psychiatrist or psychologist is doing an evaluation in a legal context where financial gain or some other type of secondary gain is at stake, you always have to...
Because he lying.
And rule out the risk of intentional manipulation for financial gain. And in that context, in this case, Ms. Ellis has demonstrated a significant pattern of inconsistencies and other symptom validity issues. For example, in my audio recorded examination, again, there's an audio recorded record, she told me, with the exception of a couple sessions of family therapy when she was 12 because her sister had been sexually assaulted by a neighbor, she could not recall a
clips, wow.
Trauma in her entire life. Couldn't remember a single one in response to my detailed question. Whereas, for example, in her deposition, she reported that she was a victim growing up of domestic violence in the home, gang violence, other violence. Schoolmates were shot and killed. She was physically mugged in high school. Her car was broken into several times. None of those were reported to me. So those represent an important mismatch in a legal case where an individual potentially tries to make everything about the incident that can be compensable in a lawsuit. Another example along the same lines is in my audio recorded exam, she told me that all of her emotional problems from the day of the incident, in this case, February 2018 to present, have been entirely due to what happened with Cardi B and absolutely nothing else. And she couldn't identify any other recent years that could be relevant. Whereas again, in her deposition testimony, The same year, January 2018, her mother was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Later in the year, her mother had radiation therapy for cancer.
Objection by the privacy of the mother.
That's how he knows, because he's saying it, but that's an objection. He don't even know what he's talking about.
And the same year, one of her friends committed suicide. And then again, none of those things were shared with me. So that would be another example. I do have a couple more.
Setting aside that mismatch that you're discussing, are there any other general topics, general factors on which you base your conclusion?
Yes, so another factor that I have to consider as a psychiatrist and medical doctor is there a mismatch across sources of information, considering the records I've reviewed, the psych testing I did, the interview. So another factor, which is very important, is to correlate somebody's subjective, meaning what she reports, emotional injury claims of injury, with real-life day-to-day function as a more objective measure. So in this case, if I accepted Ms. Ellis's reports at face value, particularly with the psych testing, she would have profound, off-the-charts PTSD, profound disabling depression, anxiety, profound disabling physical health conditions. Whereas when I compare that to her real life, she's had intact relationships with her, loving relationships with her family, which would not be reasonable in the context, particularly of profound PTSD. That she's, in a few months after the altercation and continuing to the present, she's had a job that not only has been higher paying for her, but has been more demanding, requires top, excellent interpersonal skills, how to deal with people, troubled youths, and emotional resilience, and has, per her deposition, performed it well. Again, total mismatch. She also reported to me that since the incident, she's traveled to Hawaii, Las Vegas, Mexico, though she couldn't remember, supposedly, that if she'd gone to other places or how many times. And again, even if you look in the psych testing report that was generated, particularly severe PTSD, you don't want to leave your house, you don't want to interact with people, you withdraw from your family, the future looks bleak to you, you don't have a job. These things are completely contrary.
Thank you. No further questions.
So we understand that this fool here was trying to explain his life. You understand me? Because his life, nothing going on. You feel what I'm saying? Let's make sure we understand what's here. It's on in your face on right now. Put your ears on, your face, and your eyes, and your ears right now in your hand, so you can understand what's going on. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're cooking in here. It's Friday.
The army isn't always easy, but the challenges allow me to...
Let's go, family.
Cardi, are you happy to finally be telling your side of the story? Cardi B returns to a Los Angeles court to face this former security guard suing, claiming the singer cut her left cheek with a 3-inch fingernail and violently struck her in the head, face, and body. Cardi B claims that you were following her and you recorded her and she didn't...
Look at security guard, look at it!
The singer, who's known for her elaborate long nails, is accused of clawing at the security guard, Emani Ellis' face, when Cardi was pregnant with her first child in 2018. But Cardi testified today she didn't harm the security guard.
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself, even if I wanted to. She said twice my size.
You said she's bigger than you, is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you?
I mean, look.
Today, Cardi B also testified that the security guard started the trouble by following her, recording her, and screaming obscenities to get out of the building while Cardi B was pregnant, visiting a doctor in Beverly Hills.
Why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant, and this girl's about to beat my... Hello?
But the former security guard testified it was Cardi B who assaulted her.
The whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day.
The singer, who's worn a different wig each
Hit
day,
that like button, subscribe, Hot Wayne.
her fingernails, and jurors were shown this photo from around the time of the incident.
How long were your nails when you were speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Emani Ellis?
They were 1 inch.
Who knew Cardi B's trademark nails would be Exhibit A in court. Cardiac.
That's real, Lori. Foot Locker outfit. You ain't lying. Goofy stuff. Let's bring that back so we understand what's going on in this thing. Because you know how they moving, how they doing, how they grooving. So we want to make sure, let me bring that back because ain't nobody pay attention to what was going on. Let's go, fam.
Everyone says you can't earn a respected bachelor's in business online. Everyone except WGU. They offer degrees in finance, business.
Cardi B returned to Los Angeles court to face this former security guard who's suing, claiming the singer cut her left cheek with a 3-inch fingernail and violently struck her in the head, face, and body. Cardi B claims that you were following her and you recorded her and she didn't touch you. What do you have to say? The singer, who's known for her elaborate long nails, is accused of clawing at the security guard Emani Ellis' face when Cardi was pregnant with her first child in 2018. But by today, she didn't harm the security guard.
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself even if I wanted to. She's like twice my size.
You said she's bigger than you, is that correct? How do you know that?
I mean, look.
Today, Cardi B also testified that the security guard started the trouble by
Cardiac
following
gangster.
her, recording her,
Cardiac gangster.
while Cardi B was pregnant, visiting a doctor in Beverly Hills.
Why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to beat my. Hello?
But the former security guard testified it was Cardi B who assaulted her.
The whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day.
The singer, who's worn a different wig each day in court this week, was asked about her fingernails, and jurors were shown a photo from around the time of the incident.
How long were your nails when you were speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Emani Ellis?
They were 1 inch.
Who knew Cardi B's trademark nails would be Exhibit A in court? Cardi, are you happy to finally be telling your side of the story?
My fam crazy, motherfucker. Let me say something. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we cooking in here. My fam cooking all night. We ain't really worried about this, that, and the other. We just want to make sure we understand that we know what's going on, fam. We ain't worried about who doing it, who doing that. Trust me, we not. We don't care about none of that. Fam know what's up and what it ain't and what's real. Hit that like button, subscribe. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. It's our family in here in the building. Let's get right.
This is a document that we got from Allied Social Trials data. And it's not in the book. So let me provide a copy. Should I hand it to the clerk? Okay, Ron. Just to make sure. Here you go. Does that refresh your memory that you sent an email to your supervisor on February 26, 2018?
Okay.
Do you recall that now?
I know, but I'm really not really getting it.
And that's your email address, right?
Yes.
And it's addressed to your supervisor, Jackson?
Yes.
And it's dated February 24, 2018? Oh, I apologize, it's dated February 26, 2018, and the subject is 224-18.
She look like she reading something.
I see, yes.
Now, before we talk more about that incident report, do you remember receiving, in this case, discovery requests that you had to verify under oath, where people asked you questions and about documents?
I'm not sure.
The Jews rock. This nigga say hello from India, nigga. It's crazy, right? I appreciate you, fam. But they coming in heavy, Lord. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. Don't be talking if you ain't hitting that like button, subscribe. Goofy. I'm trying to tell you, L'Oreal. Tell them now.
To explain to counsel that it's response and objection to defendant Cardi B's demand for set 2. And
Every night they crazy work.
look at the last 2 pages. Is that a verification by you, signed by you, under oath, that the statements in the response
Foot Locker. I know about that company. That's great.
I'm sorry, were you asking me?
Is that your signature on the last?
Yes.
And you verify that you signed stating that on penalty of perjury, the statements in the document are true, right?
Yes. I'm not sure.
Well, please look at it. You can please look at pages 6.
Let me tell you what's important about what's going on. The only message to be sent is knowing that at the end of the day, we must inform, understand, and be aware of what's going on. And we must change, have timing, and care about what we're doing and the way that we're doing it, family. We're living in a time where the good is bad and the bad is good, and people embrace that. So why now you're looking at Cardi B in a situation that at the end of the day, you're still being charged for cutting this girl, and yet she has no evidence. She's still being charged. We living in a time where you can be discredited and have no evidence of nothing of your life, but you can be discredited. And that'll put you behind bars more than you being charged for things you've done right in front of the faces of the law. Then you can be discredited and locked up for what they think you did or claim you did, up against making black and white evidence on what you did. You can only get through it, and if you haven't, make a decision on what you choose to intervene on. Because this woman chose to step in, break up the fight, and now she's on the stand. And if she lies or anything don't match up, she's going to look like an accessory. So I'm telling you now, make a decision on who you going to break up in a fight. You need to measure the situation before you act. Because if you see 2 people fighting or 2 people in the situation and you immediately react, you might find yourself on the stand, just like this woman. Always, family, you know what it is. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m., my family, we here. We ain't going nowhere. We always here and in the building. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. My family, you don't get it nowhere else but right here with your boy, Deala T, and my family. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Be safe.